Hello traders, welcome to this midweek forecast for the 12th of May 2021. Today we'll be looking at the Euro USD, the British Pound USD, USD Japanese Yen, Australian Dollar USD, New Zealand Dollar USD, the British Pound Japanese Yen, New Zealand Dollar Japanese Yen, and gold. As always, a quick disclaimer, today's analysis is for educational purposes only. All views and information is of my own opinion and should not be taken as investment advice. Forex is a high risk, high reward business and you should never trade with money you cannot afford to lose. That being said, traders, let's get into this week's analysis. Okay, traders, we'll start off with the Euro USD. We'll go through some relevant levels first. Obviously, we're on the daily time frame, unless I mention otherwise. We have support here, very obvious swing support, 117040. We are in still a short-term uptrend. We have swing support here at 118334. We have previous resistance turned swing support here, most recent swing low, traders. This is a key event area right here, traders, at 119880, key event area. We have, to a lesser degree, support through here, traders. Previous resistance at 120570, not particularly a key event area, but it has acted as support as a result, essentially, out of the non-farm payrolls last Friday from the US. We have resistance through here, traders, clearly. Spoke about this level before at 121733. Overhead resistance in the form of this in the form of this previous swing high. Beautiful looking bearish pin bar at 122424. And of course, we have overhead resistance up here, 123492 or thereabouts. So they are the relevant areas, traders, the relevant key event areas when it comes to the Euro USD on the daily time frame. In my view, we can see here price printed this pretty close to a bearish pin bar, which we weren't interested in trading because it was a short-term counter trend signal. But that was the catalyst for price capitulating back down, finding support at previous resistance. And now, of course, this area is 19880, acts as a key event area for us traders. For us to, for our long bias to be invalidated, we need a close below this area here, probably on the weekly time frame. But the daily might also do it. So as long as this area here acts as support, then our bias remains bullish, traders. We can see here we had a bearish pin bar. It was really invalidated. We had a failed bullish pin bar here at this previous support of 120570, not a key event area. Obviously, the bullish pin bar was invalidated by this candle here. So the area we're concentrating on, traders, is these resistance areas here and this support area here. I do expect the sellers to come back in the market at resistance 121733. This has been resistance since about the 20th of December. If you zoom out of your charts, you should always zoom out and take a macro view. You'll see this area has been resistant, so I would expect the sellers to come back in here. If it's not here and price closes above it, I expect the sellers to come back in here. Either way, traders, if we do get a price action sell signal, I won't be doing anything about that at this stage because it's a counter signal. I'm waiting for a retrace back into somewhere around here or between these two support areas here, either on or above 19880. Or again in this support zone to take a long entry, and we'll retarget resistance potentially, and then of course higher resistance at 122424 given that we have the price action opportunity to do so. So nothing to do, traders. There's been no recent price action to speak about to get long on the Euro USD. At least nothing has formed at a key event area. So once again, this area here, traders, price stays above this. You want to have this area in your charts. Price stays above this. If you get a pullback into this area, just to repeat myself, somewhere in here, and you get a well-formed price action signal, that would have to be in the form of a bullish sucker setup or a bullish pin bar. You wouldn't want to trade an inside bar here, traders, because you'd be trading straight into previous resistance up here. You could trade an inside bar above this level here, should price come down. And then we get an inside bar structure after a close above this area again. Inside bar, then you could potentially trade that. But we wouldn't be doing anything until we get a pullback back into this support zone, traders. Thank you. Trades here, we have the British Pound USD, and we'll just go through some relevant key event areas. We have support here at 136695, very obvious. We have support here, beautiful looking bullish pin bar, support through here, turn support here, false break to the downside through here at 138210 thereabouts. We have previous resistance, as you well know, so where we took our profit out at around 14008 area, and of course we have overhead resistance at 142350. Our bias remains bullish at this stage, traders. You can clearly see, I mentioned last week, I was giving you an update on this pair whilst we were still in the trade before we took our profit out on Friday through this candle here. I mentioned that it looked like this pair was building some bullish structure about it, because it had essentially been trading in this larger range bound zone, if you will, between 140008 resistance and 136695 support. Within that range bound zone, we have this smaller consolidation, once again 140008 resistance, and this support area through here, as I just mentioned, at 138201. Well, now, as you can clearly see as I'm talking to you, price is looking to close, attempting to close above this resistance area today. We still have 2 sessions to go, of course. So it's all going to depend on what happens at the end of New York close at this resistance area here. We had this large inside bar structure just here, which formed last week. That along with, and that was the reason why I said this pair is building some bullish structure, because we had the bullish inside bar structure. We also had the bullish pin bar, which I spoke about as well, my update. And then, of course, the news out of America on Friday, non-farm payrolls, combined with this was the catalyst for price taking us out of the market, hitting our take profit, and the continuation of price as I'm talking to you now. So moving forward, traders, there's nothing for us to do. We've already banked our profit out of this pair, but we're looking what's happening at this resistance here. Should we get a close above this resistance, traders, at the end of New York tomorrow morning, my time, and then we'll be on the lookout for a continuation signal. That could be in the form of an inside bar structure. We may get a rejection signal in the form of reverse bullish pin bar as time goes on, or in fact a bullish sucker setup. We don't know any of that yet, of course. But we're looking to see what happens at the resistance. If price closes above it, we're looking to continue the current momentum, and we'd be targeting resistance up here at 142350. Conversely, should we get a pullback and this turn out to be a false break out of this range bound zone, out of the consolidation, we're looking for a pullback back into support here, or potentially down lower support here, and to take advantage of the pullback. We wouldn't trade anything if it closes below here, traders. We wouldn't want to be on the long side of this pair. So these event areas here are key. We'll look to take advantage of a potential pullback into these areas and clearly retarget, once again, 140008 or thereabouts, or potentially higher, 142350. That, in fact, is on my radar. So for now, traders, there's nothing for us to do. Of course, I'll keep you informed should we find a particular setup, but it's all going to hinge what happens around this resistance area at the close of New York today or tomorrow morning, and once again whether the price stays above this or we get a pullback into support, allow us to buy on weakness rather, and retarget overhead resistance. Obviously, traders, I'll keep you informed as this pair progresses. Traders, here we have the USD Japanese yen. We have support here, swing support 104.900. We have previous swing resistance, turn support here, 106.200 area. Swing support, this key event area here, traders, 107.465 thereabouts. Swing support. We have, to a lesser degree, previous support through here, support here, and support through here as of the close of Friday at 108.400. We have this resistance zone, traders, 109.844, 109.344. And then, of course, we have overhead resistance, swing point resistance here at 110.966. Last week, traders, you can see price printed we had this bearish pin bar plus inside bar combination at this previous resistance area here. We weren't interested in taking a short entry on that because our bias still remains bullish at this stage as long as this support here, traders, this swing support remains intact. So in moving forward, we're staying on the sidelines for now, traders. There's no need to be in this market at all. We can see now as price is progressing throughout the trading day, the bulls are looking to take advantage of this support here. We wouldn't take advantage of anything here. We don't have a price action signal anyway, of course, but we're buying smack bang into this resistance zone. So there's nothing to do here, traders. We could see price come back up this resistance zone and then have a retrace. Potentially anything could happen. You get a price action buy signal or a deeper retrace into the support. That'd be lovely with a price action buy signal. But of course, that's all speculation. So there's nothing for us to do, traders. We'll stay on the sidelines and we'll let, excuse me, we'll let how price action unfolds to dictate what we should do. But for now, we'll keep an eye on this pair clearly. But there's nothing to do. But should we get an opportunity, then I will certainly let you know in due course. Traders, here we have the Australian dollar, US dollar. Our bias remains bullish on this pair at this stage. We have support down here, traders. Take through some key levels first. 75636 area. We have support through here. Bullish pin bar here. Bouncing off the support at 76211. We have the support zone, traders. 76628 and 77 area through here. Support all through here. Support zone. Another bullish pin bar here. Clearly. Support through here. We have resistance, as we spoke about in my update when we were in this pair before taking out our profit last Friday at 78150. I made mention that I expected this resistance area to capitulate, given we had multiple clues from the market saying this area was getting weaker. I already covered that with my update on this pair with you guys. We have resistance here clearly. Swing point resistance, I've mentioned this before, 78475, and overhead resistance at 800.66 area up here. Trades last week, price printed this huge bullish sucker setup just here. Again, I made mention of this. We had the mother bar, a series of inside candles, and then we had this bullish pin bar here acting as the completion of the bullish sucker setup, where price tried to break below the mother bar candle just here, only to collapse and then go back up and close just above the mother bar candle here. That was the catalyst for, that was all the market needed for price to eventually push through this resistance area. Prior to that, you could see price had essentially just been trading in this sideways range, if you will, and it took this bullish sucker setup, very dominant bullish sucker setup. You couldn't trade it, didn't bother us, we're in the trade anyway, to finally break through that. So moving forward, traders, it's going to depend again what happens at this resistance area here. Should we get a close above this area on the daily by the end of New York close tomorrow morning my time, we may have a look at taking a long entry should in fact we get a price action buy signal and target overhead resistance. Or conversely, traders, we are looking for a pullback back into this bullish sucker setup structure just here. That's my preferred option. So traders, if we get a pullback somewhere into this bullish sucker setup, potentially 50% of the mother bar or the pin bar somewhere in that area, or in fact we get a price action buy signal at this support area here, this is key, this support zone, traders, then we'll take advantage of that, and once again we will retarget 78475 on this occasion now that this area here has been broken. So traders, that's us moving forward with the Aussie dollar USD. Nothing to do. We are potentially going to wait for a pullback, as I said, back into the structure here to take advantage of, to allow us to buy on weakness. And should we get a good looking price action buy signal, we'll be all over this and we'll retarget resistance. Or conversely, as I said, just to repeat myself, if we get a continuation signal above this resistance area, on the daily time frame. We need to close on the daily above this area to warrant price heading towards overhead resistance. Then we'll take advantage of that as well. But traders, nothing for us to do. We'll let the market do all the talking for us, but we will be entering along at some point, you would think, on this pair. It just depends how price unfolds over the course of this trading week. Trades, here we have the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Once again, take through some relevant levels. We have key support here, very obvious levels, 6944 area. We have support through here at 700.67. We have support all through this area here, traders, at 71050. We have resistance here, as you well know through my previous analysis on this pair, at 72672, and we have resistance here, traders, at 73153, dating back to the 6th of January. If you zoom out, which you should always do, and get a macro view, you know that by now. If you zoom out of your charts, you'll see this area here has been key resistance for 4 months or so, and then clearly we have overhead resistance up here at around 74543. As far as price action, recent price action is concerned, traders, and obviously we're out of this trade now and banked our profit, which is great. We had this inside bar structure here that formed after price broke out of support 71050, and then we had this inside bar just here, failed bearish pin bar structure, another inside bar form just here. We were never interested in trading this anyway, traders. We were already in the trade. We had an inside bar structure here, respecting the shorter term EMA. And then we had this inside bar bearish pin bar just here, which formed at resistance 72672, which we took our profit out just a bit below this area here. That was the catalyst for the capitulation back in price. Since then, traders, we have had no real price action to speak of. We do have this, we had this inside bar structure here after this sell-off from this inside bar bearish pin bar. You couldn't trade this. We were in the trade anyway. You couldn't trade this because the mother bar is just simply too big, and we had overhead resistance immediately anyway at 72672. Since then, we can see price has tried to break through here and break through here as of Friday and on Monday. This resistance here, essentially, traders, this pair is still caught in a range bound zone. If you again zoom out, always zoom out, between 72672 resistance thereabouts and 70067 support. So about this 260 pip range, price has been caught in, traders, and failed attempts on both sides. We had a break here below it, failed. We've had at this stage, a break above it, failed. Where that remains the case or not is yet to be seen. But this 260 pip range gives us an opportunity, traders, to trade both sides of the market. So what we're looking for, it depends what price prints, of course, but we're looking for, see what happens at this resistance here and this resistance zone here. Should we get a price action sell signal, that would have to be in the form of a bearish pin bar, or a very well-defined bearish pin bar with a false break either above here or above here, or in fact a bearish sucker setup. Then we'll look to take a short entry and we'll look to exit our trade. Well, it depends what market prints, but probably somewhere in the vicinity of the range of this bearish pin bar structure here, or maybe in the range of the low of this inside bar structure here. But of course, that's yet to play out. So that's one scenario. We're looking for a short entry somewhere on a price action signal, rejection signal in this resistance zone here. Should that not happen and price continue to retrace, if in fact it does, and then obviously we'll look to take a long entry somewhere around this key support event area here. So there's nothing to do here. There's no action to take. Of course, conversely, if we get a close above here, that will have to be on the weekly time frame, traders, given the fact there's been a resistance since the 6th of January. If we see a close at this area 73153 on the weekly, and you should always consult your weekly, always, before you look at your daily time frame, then that would give us the green light, maybe a pullback back into this area, maybe a continuation signal, who knows, and we'll target resistance up here at 74543. So we have three potential scenarios. We'll certainly be on board on one of them should they play out, but for now there's nothing to do. So just to repeat, traders, keep an eye out in this resistance area here for a very well formed bearish pin bar, or a bearish sucker setup, which I haven't taught you yet, or keep an eye on for a bullish signal somewhere around here potentially, or maybe this area here, the low of this inside bar structure here. But anyway, and that would have to again be in the form of a bullish pin bar or a bullish sucker setup. Of course, I'll keep you informed when I see either one of those things, or of course if I see a signal above here, a continuation signal, a close on the weekly continuation signal, and then we'll enter the market back here. But I am expecting a pullback from this resistance here. I'm expecting the sells to come back in the market, and that may give us an opportunity to go short. If it doesn't, no problem. It may give us an opportunity to go long, but we'll have to wait for our opportunity to play out. Thank you, traders. Trades, here we have the British pound Japanese yen, and before I get into the market structure and relevant levels and recent price action on this pair, traders, this is the pair that you need to have on your watch list. This pair has a habit of forming great looking trends, uptrends or downtrends. This is a very predictable pair to trade, and it is certainly a pair that you need to be trading, or at least need to have on your watch list, because it has once again has a habit of forming great looking trends as far as patterns are concerned. Very predictable, and it's one of my favorite cross pairs to trade, minor cross pairs. It's up there with the majors as far as I'm concerned. So traders, before I get into anything, just take my word for it, you need to have the British pound Japanese yen on your watch list, because it is a very predictable and simple, if you will, pair to trade. So anyway, on with the analysis on this pair. I'll take you through some areas. Clearly we have support down here. This won't take very long, traders, at 142825 area. We have support here. Again, reached a swing resistance, tending to support in the form of bullish pin bar, as this pair does. Price reacted off that. We have and the support zone here, traders, at 149059 through this area here. So we have this tight support zone at 149059, 148716 area, beg my pardon, through this swing low here. We have resistance, very obvious, traders. We had this pivot high here at 151993 thereabouts, previous resistance area through here, continuing to act as resistance. We had overhead swing high acting as resistance at 153351. Traders, because this pair is so predictable and it has a it has a history of very tradable patterns, we can clearly see from a price action point of view, we had this inside bar structure form just here, mother bar, bullish pin bar, just under, right at resistance. So we wouldn't have traded that, because it was bang on previous resistance in the form of this tailed bearish candle here. Not a bearish pin bar, but not too far off it. And as you can see, price had been consolidating between 151933 and essentially 149059. The second irrefutable law of trading after consolidation is a breakout. I know you will know that. That breakout occurred because we had another inside bar structure in this formation here. Once again, at the exact same level, wouldn't trade that because it's at a previous resistance, and then price aggressively broke through, obviously, and has now broken through, broke through and closed above 153351 resistance area or thereabouts. Traders, this pair still has around about 280 pips or so to go, in my view, to the upside. If you zoom out, as I've taught you, to your weekly time frame, you will see that the next overhead resistance comes in at around the 156 area on the weekly time frame. So that gives us an opportunity to take advantage of this predictable pair. So in moving forward, we don't have that opportunity yet. But in moving forward, traders, we are going to look for a number of things. Either a continuation signal above resistance, and that would be in the form of an inside bar structure. I would like to see a small mother bar followed by one or two coiled inside bars. That would be a well-defined signal for us to continue with the uptrend. Or, of course, we could expect a pullback back into this resistance area, now acting as support as price has broken above this inside bar structure here. Clearly the mother bar price has broken above the mother bar. So traders, we do have an opportunity at some point. We will, I would believe, to get long on this pair. We only want to take a long bias, either in the form of continuation signal above this key resistance here, swing point resistance rather, or a pullback into this area here. It'd be lovely if we get a pullback back down to here. I don't suspect that will happen, traders. So we're going to look to enter the market either above resistance, potentially acting as short-term support, or above this previous resistance, which is now support because we have a clear, very dominant close above the mother bar here of the inside bar structure. So either way, traders, there's nothing to do here, but we will be taking advantage of the uptrend, the long-term uptrend on the British pound Japanese yen. And once again, you need to have this pair on your charts, on your watch list, because it is, in my view, one of the most predictable and reliable pairs to trade if you know what you're looking for. So anyway, traders, should our opportunity present itself, I will let you know in due course. Hello traders, here's the New Zealand Japanese yen. Our buy limit order remains in the market. We can clearly see, once again, a very predictable pair to trade. As you know, traders, we placed our buy limit upon this bullish sucker setup here, as you know. Since then, traders, we can clearly see that as of yesterday, price printed this bearish pin bar just here at resistance 79145, and it looks like now the bulls are still in control. Obviously, we still have in the middle of London session, or the beginning of London session, and New York session to go. But traders, we wouldn't look to enter this market. We're not going to do anything with our order. We wouldn't look to cancel our buy limit order and enter another buy order at a continuation signal above this resistance area here, because the next overhead resistance is at 79610 on the weekly time frame. So there's no wriggle room there for us to make our decent profit. So the only thing we can do, traders, is wait for a pullback either at this 79610 resistance on the weekly time frame, or in fact for this bearish pin bar here to be the capitulation back down into this well-defined bullish sucker setup here, which we based our trade upon. So just a very quick update really on this pair. There's nothing to do, so maintain your positions on this pair. There's no reason to exit it, even though price would have hit our take profit on Friday. Let's see what happens at this resistance area or at 79610, and we're looking for a pullback clearly so that we can buy on weakness back into our previous bullish sucker setup structure here, traders. So nothing to do now, but letting you know I'm maintaining my buy limit order on this pair, and at some point a price must come down to go back up. How far that comes down is yet to remain, but should we get an entry back down here, well and good. Should price come back down at some point from this resistance, or again, as I said, 79610 on the weekly, and produce a price action buy signal, then we may very well look to enter the market at a higher price, as long as we can get a decent risk to reward. Thank you, traders. Traders, here's our weekly update on gold. Since taking our profit at around this 1816 previous resistance area, we took our profit out at 1815. We can see that price is continuing to move in the direction of the dominant uptrend. Trades, we have resistance here at 185530, very obvious. So moving forward, traders, we are looking to maybe take advantage of one of two events unfolding. We are looking to take a short position, a very short-term short position, traders. It would be a counter trend short position on gold. Should we get a price action sell signal, a rejection signal, which I expect at this resistance area here, then we may look to take a short entry, given we have at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward back into this previous resistance turn support here at 1816, where we took our profit out, or down to here. Or conversely, traders, should we not get a price action sell signal, then we'll just simply wait for a retrace back into these areas, very obvious, and take a buy order, and that would be in the form of a bullish pin bar, a rejection signal, once again confirming the uptrend somewhere between this resistance zone and targeting 185530. Now that 1816 has been invalidated, this would be our new take profit target here, traders. So the bias is bullish at this pair, but we may have an opportunity to do a counter trend trade, which is fine if we get a very well formed, a very well defined bullish, bearish sucker setup, or a bearish pin bar setup here at 185530 resistance, and then we'll take our profit out somewhere here. Should we get a 1 to 2 risk to reward? Failing that, just to repeat myself, we will wait for a pullback into here or here. I don't suspect we'll get a pullback into here, traders, because we have the formation of a very well-defined continuation uptrend. We have the low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So I don't suspect we'll come back into this area here, traders. But should we get a buy signal somewhere between here and here, or between this resistance turn support and this support here at 175549, then we will enter long every day of the week, retargeting overhead resistance at 185530. Of course, that's yet to play out, traders, but we do have an opportunity to take advantage of a potential short trade. I expect the sells to come back in here and defend their territory. And if that happens and we get a sell signal, yep, we're going to sell gold and take our profit somewhere around here or here, should in fact we get a 1 to 2 risk to reward, or we will wait and wait and wait for a pullback into this area and go long and retarget in the short term 185530.